What's going on, guys? This is Superb Gamer and I'm going to bring you the weekly Nightfall, and it's going to have Epic, Nightfall, Arc Burn, Void Burn, and Solar Burn. So we're actually going to have all the damage modifiers for this week, so it's going to be very interesting. And personally, I'm going to be using an Arc primary, the Murmur, which everyone should have if you have the DLC, and just a fire damage rocket launcher from Crota. And for the first part, you want to take out these people on the left side as fast as possible, because once you take them out, the shanks will spawn for some reason if you take out the people on the left. So I like taking them out as fast as possible to get those shanks out of the way, because they are very annoying with their fire shields. So once you take them out, you could switch to your Murmur to solar damage, or have it at solar when you start off. I just didn't have it in solar right off the bat, so I switched to it, and I try to take them out as fast as possible before they actually rush me, which will make this a lot easier. And if they do rush you a lot, you could fall all the way down the stairs, but be careful, they do follow you. And then after that, there's gonna be the invisible guys that are gonna come in. They're gonna rush you, but it's not that hard to take them out. And once you take them out, you switch your Murmur back to Arc, because all these enemies are gonna have Arc shields. So with that Murmur that switches in between Arc and Solar is very useful. So if this guy actually starts chasing you, you want to take him out as fast as possible. So I went really aggressive until I finally took them all out. But once you take all the Fallen out, the Thralls are finally going to spawn in, and all you got to do is fall back if it gets really hectic, as you see here. And there will be a point where they stop following you and just stand right next to the staircase, so it'll make it really easy. But you're going to just keep doing this over and over until you finally take out everyone. And what I like to use is the golden gun for all these guys that spawn in afterwards. Try to take out as much of them as possible so it's clear to move forward. And when you're finally moving forward, I like switching to a sniper with fire damage. You can use any sniper that you want because of the shanks that spawn in here, and you need a sniper to take out all these snipers that are further away, so the Murmur can't really shoot at them. But I like hiding in here because you have a lot of cover, and all you gotta do is crouch, as you can see here, and you will be able to replenish your health and not get hit. So just play with this cover, jump in and out, crouch, and do whatever you have to do, and you'll be able to take out most of these guys that can hit you, but most of the time they won't. And if they start hitting you a lot, you could crouch. And as you can see here, the shanks did spawn all around me, so this is why I like this area, because they will all line up for you to just take them out with your sniper, and it will be fairly easy to do, and you won't have to worry about any enemies coming up and hitting you or anything like that. But the invisible guys will try to go around you, so what I like to do is move to this left side here, and you could take them out easily because there's two entrances. The entrance right here in the back and the one in the front right here, and all you gotta do is make quick work of them. And after that, there's gonna be more waves that you have to take care of, so just take your time, guys, because if you do not take your time, you can actually die. I actually tried to rush a little bit of this area and I actually did die. So take your time, be patient, and you will be able to beat this, even though you will take a long time doing this. But once you're able to push forward, make sure you take out the guy that's up here, and it will make this a lot easier to rush all the way up here. And after you take out all the captains, as you can see here, you could go to the far right side and you will have some cover. But I like staying on top of things because there's 3 or 4 invisible guys and a couple of them are yellow bars. So in order to not die, you just stand up in this area here, and you will be able to take them out without them even being able to touch you. So this is very helpful to do. That way you don't die just before you get out of this area, and that could be very frustrating. So then after that, you're going to deploy your ghost once you get here, and it's going to decrypt the wall, and you're going to finally be able to move to the next section here where Omnigul is right here. And all you got to do is shoot at Omnigul for a couple shots, and then all these enemies are going to spawn in. And what I like to do is I like to fall back to this area where you can have cover, and they'll just run straight to you in a straight line, which makes this very easy to take them all out. And then you could switch your murmur once again back to the solar damage, because there's going to be 2 wizards that are going to spawn in. But before you want to move forward, there is a thrall right here that you're going to want to take out, because he does arc damage, and if he explodes he can't actually kill you. So using the murmur, or for me, I actually use the golden gun to try and take him out as fast as possible. But a subscriber did join me for this area, so that's why you see 2 people now instead of 1. But the strategy is going to always be the same for this area. And once you spawn the ogre, you can fall back to this area, which will make this a lot easier, because the ogre stays in that area where all the ammo is, and you will be able to take him out fairly quickly. But once you take out all those enemies, you're gonna finally get to the last stage of this Nightfall, which is gonna be where you finally are able to take out Omnigul. But you do not want to die, so be very cautious of where you're moving and where the enemies are. This is a good area to be at if you're gonna try and take out the enemies on the left, but I personally like to take out the enemies straight ahead of you first, because it makes it a lot easier to move. And for the hollow knights that are all the way back there, if you stand in this section, as you can see, he cannot hit you at all. And this section is right next to this thing on the right, because of his weapon bullets that arc, so it makes it fairly easy. But once you take out all the enemies in this area, you're finally going to be able to shoot at Omnigul. Be careful with some leftover enemies. As you can see here, he did die, so the best area to be is on that left side where enemies can't really shoot at you. But if you want to go through the right side, make sure you use an arc weapon and take out this hollow knight as fast as possible, so you can concentrate on Omnigul until he finally screams and calls in all those other enemies once again. And you're gonna have to rush back in here and do this a couple times. But the reason I'm up here is because after the second wave that she calls in, there's going to be cursed thralls that spawn in on your right side, so you can't actually die. So you could be up there or all the way in the back of this area. And as well as thralls, there's also a knight that spawns up here to your right. So make sure you take him out as fast as possible with a rocket launcher or whatever you guys have. And you're going to do this for a couple more waves until you're finally able to kill Omnigul, which it should be in about 4 waves if I'm not mistaken. So be aware of that, be careful, and you will finally be able to kill Omnigul. I hope you guys found this useful. If you guys did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, as well as checking out the other 2 videos that are going to be linked at the end. It's going to show you guys a couple cheat spots on Crota raid on hard, so you will finally be able to get some of those primary weapons that have arc, solar, or void damage. So make sure you check those guys out, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.